everyone. Welcome to the second video from Spinners Talks, and I have here with me Eleonora from Collab Community.
Hello everyone.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really happy about this. Just to explain you what we're gonna do, because majority of you probably saw the first video and read the first article from this series, and thank you for doing that. The first, every single article and every single guest is different, so the approach will be slightly different. If the first article was more focused on the content and we just had a little bit of video to introduce what's going on, this time will be actually different. The entire content will be in a video. Of course, you will see some writing for the one that don't like to listen, but we have Eleonora here and we have her live, so let's take advantage and ask her questions. So the theme for this month is actually authenticity. And what better person to have for this theme than Eleonora, that she used her spirit and her way of being, her authentic self in her business, and make her business grow because of that, and promote her business because of authenticity. So,
wow, what a big question and what a big theme. Yes, authenticity. This is a theme that you see a lot around. Everybody talks about being authentic or being honest, and I really had to do a lot of soul searching to understand what it means for me, what it means to be authentic and honest in what I do. And it has like many layers for me. The first layer is to actually do what I love, using all my talents, all my skills. And with the work I'm doing now at Collab, I feel that I finally found a way to put everything together. My love for research, my love for studying, my philosophy background, my graphic design and branding abilities. It's like everything is coming together nicely. And just because I decided, you know what, I really want to do what I love, and I really want to do it in a way that I love, and I don't want anything less. So that was the first layer for me, to really be authentic in what I want to do, and how I want to use what I know and what I know how to do. So that was the first layer.
I love this, actually, to just
Thank you.
take all the parts that you have in yourself, and to create something, to bring them together and be your true self.
Yeah, actually, that's always been a big problem for me, because for years I felt a bit scattered. Like I had all this interest, like I was a graphic designer, but I also was expanding a bit on branding, but I also was a painter. And I had a business in which I was creating painting workshops, and I loved writing, and I had my interest in philosophy and cognitive science, and everything was like all over the place, and I felt like I didn't know who I was. And when people asked me, what do you do? That's this horrible question. I didn't know what to answer. And so now finally it's like everything came together in a cohesive, organic entity, in a natural way. So I'm very happy about that.
I'm actually happy you said that, because I have a lot of clients and I'm talking with a lot of people, and they struggle with the same thing. They try to separate different parts of who they are, and it's so hard to identify with one part, because, for example, I have the same, like I'm a marketeer, but I also love stories, and I'm an entrepreneur as well. And where am I in all this story, and why can't I just make one story out of them, utilizing everything? Or what I also see, and actually I'm curious because you haven't said it, a lot of mothers, they struggle with being a mother, being a wife, and actually having their own business. Yes. And you also hear about the balance between work and our life, that, let's be honest, doesn't exist.
Well, no, I don't think balance exists. It's a sort of balancing act in a way.
Correct.
You never get into balance, but you're like when acrobat, you are on the rope, and you're always trying to balance yourself. You never find a moment when you say, oh, everything is in balance. Or if it is, it's like for 3 seconds.
I agree with that.
So it's like an impossible goal. What I try to have, and I'm still working on it, is to have a balance that allows me to do the things I love. So to spend my energy in the right way, to replenish my energy. I'm not so good at it, so I'm learning. And as for the fact of being a mother, what helped me was actually to separate the two things. When I'm with my kids, I'm with my kids. When I am working, I'm working. And I find very hard to do the two things together because everybody gets tense and nervous and angry. So I try to actually be a mother when I'm with my kids and be working or everything in another space, in another moment. What I love doing together with my kids, especially my son, is painting. This is something I will love doing together. So
and you're a painter as well.
I'm a painter as well. So I'm trying to put everything together in what I do. I'm definitely a creative soul.
I think everybody has a creative side in themselves. I think it's harder to admit it or to take it out. And a great example of that was when I attended this Friday, the past Friday, your first sprint.
Thank you for being there.
Thank you for having me. Was an amazing experience, and everybody, for the ones that don't know what this is about, the first thing that they ask you to do is to actually take a piece of paper and to draw your business, your audience, how you see yourself, and
your business vision.
Exactly, your business vision. And everybody starts drawing basically, and I kind of panicked because I don't know how to draw. I literally don't know how to draw. And I start using words because I can relate to words. Words mean something to me. And of course I can make different arrows and different connections between them, but not to really draw.
Well, it was not requested to draw. You took it this way, but it was not. Actually,
the point was creativity can be something else, not only drawing, not only something visual.
We can have another talk only on that because I have all my theory of creativity. So, but maybe it's not the moment because it's another theme.
Let's go back to
Let's go back to being authentic. What I was saying before, there are different layers for me. This is one. Try to find what's the red thread that brings together everything you love, and to find a way to express most of it. I mean, there will always be part of your life that will be as a wife or a friend or a sister or a daughter or a mom that are not, completely integrated. But that's okay. And the second way I'm trying to explore authenticity in my work is to really be myself. That means using all my abilities at the best I can, admitting that sometimes I cannot do that, or I'm tired, or my brain refuses to function, accepting my limitation that I hate, but of course they're there.
I think that's a human nature. We all have the same issues.
But also realize that, especially because I have a very supportive business partner, Lana, who's really the right person to work with. I love working with her because we can be ourselves with our fragilities. So I can admit, okay, my brain stopped working, or this is not working for me, or this system is not working for me, we need to do another way. So for me, now is a moment of exploring and observing how my brain works and act accordingly instead of trying to force it in another direction. Because I'm a very creative person. I think my brain works slightly different than the usual because I have ADHD and other issues. So I realized that the usual way to do things doesn't work for me all the time. So I need to find my other way. And to be authentic also means be honest and say, well, this doesn't work for me. I cannot do that this way. So it needs to be this other way.
I think it's very important to acknowledge that. And I know sometimes I just want to do much more because you have a huge list of things that need to happen, and especially if you work alone and no one else is there to just pick up where you left off, so you will be the one doing it. Sometimes it's actually good to say no. I need to stop.
Absolutely.
And I need to watch a movie, see a friend, or just sleep. And actually the quality of the work that you do at that point is almost zero.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean, why
you are
going
not
on?
present there.
Exactly.
And it's so important to actually acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So hard though.
No, it's hard also because coming from, a system like in school or society that wants to put you in a box and say you need to learn this way, or you need to I don't know, write this paper this way, or you need to find this kind of job. And I tried for years, and I see a lifetime, to fit in, and never worked, because I was always standing out somehow, and I didn't want. I want to be like the other people because I wanted to be accepted. And to be honest, as soon as I stopped caring, and I was angry, I say, okay, you don't want to accept me, fuck you, I just be myself. Things started to be a lot better. I started finding my tribe. I started finding friends who could accept me, my husband as well. I met him during this period because I was just me. And it's like, okay, this is me. Take it or leave it.
Exactly.
And
it
it's worked.
A natural selection, I presume.
It was a natural selection. I mean, I don't want to be around people who want to force me into someone I'm not, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's simply as that.
No.
And so it's this acceptance of, okay, this is me. This is what I love. This is my message, and it's so simple and so almost like
It's vibrating. It's
yeah.
like a fresh breath.
Yeah.
No, mouth.
It's still difficult because I fight with myself a lot.
I think
I really fight with myself a lot.
I see it's so powerful what you said, and I see it a little bit as changing your pattern, like rewriting your way of thinking.
Yes.
Because we all are taught, doesn't matter nationality,
No.
where you went to school, everyone teaches you this is the recipe you need to follow.
Yeah, but it's also something we're trying to do in our business. We want to find ways to give content in a very flexible way, because I say, okay, I'm a person who needs to have the content in this way, but another person needs in another way. So how can we make it accessible to everyone? And we will never tell you, you do these steps and it's done, because that's not how it works. For me, it worked.
So
for
true.
you, it's not working. So always take what you've been said with a grain of salt. Like, okay, maybe it doesn't work for me. Even the things that I created, I'm open for people to say, you know that, Eleonora, it doesn't work for me.
I like it.
It's okay. So that's the authenticity part that comes in for me. And so far, it's been an interesting journey.
I like it, and actually it's so in line with what I'm trying to achieve, because what I'm telling my clients, everything starts with your story.
Yes.
Who are you? Why are you doing what you're doing? And that will basically write the rest of the story.
Yes.
Because you can't fake it. You can try to be someone else. However, you can't do it for a long time.
No, it's going to destroy you
Exactly.
in the end, and, and people will feel it in the end, even if you don't know. You know, when you meet someone or you are making business with someone and you realize there is something that is not quite right, and you don't understand what, and it's because there is something you don't connect, and we definitely connect through stories, and I'm so sure about that. Most of my work with branding is helping people crafting their brand story, because this is where people connect, and where people say, oh, me too, or this happened to me, or I can see where you come from, I can see why you're doing what you're doing.
And it's the best way to actually start a conversation.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. We went to this fantastic event in Luxembourg when we were promoting our 90-day action planner book. So we were basically going everywhere to talk about the book. And we drove to Luxembourg for this evening event, and actually went on a stage and I talked about my mental illness. So for the first time on a public stage, and it was,
getting
I was so scared. I was terrified. But this was an event organized by HughDot. That is an organization that organized this, let's say, networking event, but it's not the right word. They do these storytellers events where there is an open podium, and people can tell their stories in 1 minute, and everybody has a dot, and the dot means I have an idea, or I have a story to tell, or something like this. And I had a purple dot that was I have a story to tell. And I went on stage and I told my story. And the amazing thing is that people really came to me to give me a hug or to say thank you for sharing. And the idea that I could touch just one person with my story was so powerful, such a powerful way to connect. And I'm still scared about talking about it because it's like
It's
this,
very personal.
it's like this dark secret you kept your whole life that nobody needs to know that you have this illness, and there is still so much to work to do to feel confident, say, hey, it happens, it's not my fault.
And I think the moment you are open about it and you share it, people actually can connect better.
Exactly.
And it's easier to communicate and
It's easier to say,
work together.
I'm not the only one, and there is another person who's struggling. As an entrepreneur, we have our particular special struggles in sometimes being alone and having to deal with depression or anxiety or ADHD or any other thing you can go through. And that's why I also will start an honest conversation series as soon as I stop being so terrified.
Hopefully this
Yeah,
will
maybe
help you.
maybe that's the first step. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm supported by people who wants me to be open and tell my story, like you, like Lana, and that makes a difference. I couldn't do it by myself.
You're not alone.
I'm not alone,
And
that's
please,
what
if you agree and if you want to hear her stories, just comment below and
yeah,
let's help her start.
please, I need supporters because it's so scary to be out and on a stage or on a public social platform and tell the world.
Think
Yes.
how many times you did it already.
Yeah. And every time it was amazing. So I just trust the process. I trust the process.
Trust the process.
Thank you so much for being part of my support network in this. And
Thank
my
you for
friends.
sharing everything
Thank
with us
you.
and telling your version of being authentic. And I would love to hear, what do you understand by being authentic? Is it being yourself, telling your story, or maybe something else that we didn't even consider? So thank you for watching, and feel free to comment and to follow us, and please don't forget to write and subscribe to Eleonora's honest
Conversations.
honest conversations.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.